Good evening, everyone. My name is Chris Cooper, known as the Channel Guy Trader, and I'm reporting to you live from Wall Street Trading satellite office down in sunny South Florida. Today's date is April the 1st, 2013, and here is today's After the Bell Market Summary brought to you by WallStreetTrading.com. Want to first start off by taking a look to see how the indices close the session out here today. We didn't get hit that much, but if we take a look at the breadth, which I will go over here shortly, breadth was definitely in favor of the bears today, pretty close to a 4-to-1 basis here. All right, if we take a look here at the Dow Jones, the Dow was down a little over 5.5 points. The Nasdaq was down close to 28.5 points, and the S&P 500 was down a little over 7 points here. But if we take a look at the breadth, we had 4,530 issues declining on the NYSE, Nasdaq, and the AMEX. We had 1,580 issues advancing on the NYSE, Nasdaq, and AMEX. So if you look at the breadth, it's pretty much a little over 3-to-1, but we could definitely see that breadth was in favor of the bears today. And for the market to be flat with the underlying bad breadth, per se, it's not good. So we'll have to see how this looks going into tomorrow. And I have some interesting analysis to show you guys tonight of what I think could take place for tomorrow. Now, before I get into the midday market, before I get into the after the bell market summary, or I was not able to do a midday market update today, so I wanted to show you guys exactly what we did in the chat room today and show you guys how we maneuvered through the chat room today to get short this market. Now, if you take a look at this chart right here, which is a 5-minute chart of the ES, let me move this down for you guys here. We were in a nice little downward channel. All right, we were in a nice little this is a 5-minute chart of the ES, by the way, guys. We were in a nice little downward channel going into the open of the ES. Of course, you guys know this channel is usually indicative of a move higher. This nice little upward movement, downward slope channel. Bottom of the channel level holds. We break out. That's good. But take a look at what happened here, guys. All right, we had a nice little break out of the channel. We try to chop around the previous day's highs. We had some news come out at 10 o'clock. And that's exactly what the market needed to act as a catalyst to sell the market off after positioning a lot of people to the long side. We broke above the previous day's close. We went positive. We tested previous day's highs. Next thing you know, we tried to break past it. We started selling off a bit. We got rejected. What do you know? We call this, ladies and gentlemen, a nice bull trap. All right, people? Nice bull trap right there. Okay? And, usually after you get a nice little bull trap, especially in a pattern like this, when you fall back into the channel, it acts as an air pocket. So you immediately, usually most of the time, hit the bottom of the channel that was holding before. And then, depending if buyers want to come and step in there, we'll try to bounce it back up. If not, if they really sell it down, you'll get your break, you'll get your back, you'll get your sell off, you get your back test rally. It does not get above the trend line, which is what I highlighted to my guys this morning. I said, look, guys, if we don't get back above 1561 on the ES, which is just regular horizontal price resistance, and then we don't get back above this little channel resistance, which you guys can see I have highlighted from my chart right now, we're going to be looking for a leg lower. And exactly at 10 o'clock, that leg lower came in, and hence, if I bring up the volume chart back now, since I'm done explaining the technical analysis behind it, you can see the volume came into the sell side, and we sold off pretty clean there once the volume came into the sell side. Again, the catalyst was obviously the news. Over the weekend, I've been hearing a lot of the analysts on Bloomberg Radio, since I have Sirius satellite radio in my car. I've been listening to that, and I've been hearing a lot of the people say how a lot of participants in the market have high expectations for the market, since we know that the Fed's not stopping with their whole fiasco of them pumping money into the market. At the same time, we're building this high expectations of everything, looking, everything to be positive, pretty much, per se. All right, we're building these high expectations. So therefore, if we were to get some little shock out of the market like we did today, you're going to see that nice selling pressure come in there. You're going to see a pop in volatility, and that's exactly what happened today, folks. We had a shock in the ISM numbers. All right, the ISM supply numbers. All right, from these companies showing their inventory, and was not good. All right, and they sold the market right back down. And again, we were calling the market to the short side via the ES to the shorts. If you trade futures, you're more than welcome to come to our mywallstreettv.com trading room. To get access to that room, you want to go to wallstreettrading.com and fill out the form to the right-hand side. And if you trade equities, we were short the ES, SDS, we were long SDS. You could have bought the VXX, which is what I was telling the guys to buy, along telling everybody that on StockTwits as well. So make sure you follow us on our social media network. So that's what we did this morning and during the morning session here. Let's talk about what we expect to happen going into tomorrow's session here now. So another, we have not been able to get two solid days to the top side. It's been a higher close, a lower close, a higher close, lower close, higher close, lower close, higher close, lower close. A lot of chop action. Matter of fact, I just got a call from one of my friends, and he was telling me how he's noticing the market starting to trade sideways, which it is. It's starting to establish a little range here between 157 and 153.22, 153.22, and we're actually going to know that's a range once we start moving down here towards the bottom of the range, and we actually do like another confirmation, so we can at least have this point, this point, this point, this point, this point to say, okay, we are in a nice little confirmed range. We have 4 points to work off of. That's telling us we're in a range here. So in any case, we're at the top of the range right now, and this could be a little slight double top, but of course it's not a double top until we break and get confirmation. But if you're anticipating this move right here, people are calling this a double top. All right. Again, we need that confirmation break. At least some confirmed closes to show that people were trading the short side of the double top. We'll see. Right now, short-term resistance on the SPY is 157. All-time highs on the SPY is around 157.52. If you don't remember, that comes from the October highs that were made back in 2007 before the bear market sell-off of '08. Okay, and we have yet to make new highs on the SPY. All right, now. Levels to watch, again, 157, 157.52. If we come back to the downside, you want to watch this 155 level. We break below 155, 154, then this 153.20 level here. All right, if you take a look at the triple Qs, the NASDAQ ETF here, the NASDAQ was the second weakest index today. Of course, the first weakest index was the Russell 2000 right here. But take a look at this, people. The NASDAQ has not been able to break past that 69. The rising bear wedge is still in play on the daily time frame here. I showed you guys on the weekend review video as well, so go check that out. You can also see on the weekly chart how the pattern is playing out. And really, it's all going to fail if we break back below 68 and hold, all right, or 67.50 and hold, But the bottom of the trend line is right here. The top of the trend line for the rising wedge is right here. If we break over 69, that top of that trend line will be the target around 69.60 or so. However, if we continue to consolidate sideways and we get that weakness coming into the market and we break below 68 and we get some confirmation closes, that opens the floodgates for these sellers to come in and try to play this pattern to the short side. All right, a lot of the selling pressure in the Qs today was caused by Apple. If I could just bring up Apple real quick here because I definitely want to finish going through these indices and some of these commodity sectors and stuff here for you all. But Apple was down 3% today, down $13.75. And again, last week I was telling you guys, you do not want to get long Apple up here because look where it's coming from. It's coming all the way from 420 to 470. Who cares how it got there, regardless of the pattern. Just know the distance that it traveled in a matter of 1, 2, 3 weeks. In 3 weeks, this thing went from 420, all the way up to like 470. Okay, so and now it's coming right back down because sellers are still in control, and this thing was rejected by the declining 50-day simple and exponential moving average. All right, so anyway, the Qs had some nice selling pressure today, and again, if we break below 68, 67.50, call it, we could get some nice selling pressure. We'll definitely keep you guys updated on that. And if we do get a breakdown, you guys will be on top of it. And if you guys follow our analysis and our work, you guys will be able to make money from that stuff there. So IWM has been showing relative weakness to the other indices for the past 3 days or so. Definitely showed relative weakness today to the other indices, and we have to keep an eye on this here because for the fact that the IWM was a leader and it had some nice selling volume coming today, it could definitely lead us back down as well. That's what usually happens. The leaders lead you up and they lead you right back down. And in this case, this is a leading indice, so this indice could lead the other indices down. If the Russell 2000 was to break down, I would expect the NASDAQ to follow second, and then the Dow, and then maybe the S&P, or maybe then the S&P, then the Dow. We'll see. Of course, you guys know the Dow has been showing a little bit more relative strength to the other indices. So therefore, it's the Russell that's been showing some weakness, the NASDAQ, then the S&P 500, and then the Dow. Strongest indices, of course, is the Dow. Strongest indices that have been showing relative strength is the Dow Jones. If you guys get my drift there. So anyways, IWM breaking below 93 and holding. Will be breaking back below a little pivot resistance that we had, which obviously support. So if we break back below 93, 92.70 and hold, that means anybody that got long above this little pivot level right here, that they probably most likely or they should have their stops underneath 93, they're going to get stopped out, and that's definitely going to cause some people that been long this ETF for the past 8-10 sessions here that basically they haven't been making any money. All right, now they see the market going down. You're going to have the smart ones that say, okay, I'm going to get short the market on the breakdown. If it breaks below 92.70 and holds on the IWM. And you're going to have some of those guys that say, oh, I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going to hold it for a little bit. And then what happens when we start going down here, if we were to break down, again, if we were to break down, you're going to see those guys start dumping short. So now you're going to have people recognizing the market's a short, so they're going to start shorting the market. Now you're going to have people that are trapped the market long from up here, so they're going to start shorting the market, and that just calls for a big, little pullback there. So will that happen? We'll wait and see, but if it does, we'll definitely be on top of it. How can you be on top of it? Well, you got to go to mywallstreettv.com and then go to Walls and then get the password to log into the room. To get the password to log into the room, you got to go to wallstreettrading.com and fill out the 14-day free trial form. So in any case, IWM was weak today. Definitely something to take note of. These little pullback in the small caps here. All right, let's talk about the dollar index. I definitely want to take a look and see what the dollar index did today. The dollar index was down a little bit here. We're pulling back a bit in the dollar index. The market, was able to hold up off of a little bounce this morning. After the morning sell-off, the market was able to bounce here around 12:30. They sold off on the ES made new lows, and we bounced back up. Really haven't seen that market where we closed like dead on the lows on the ES. I think that's what a lot of people are looking for. So, in any case, dollar was a little bit weak today. If we take a look at the euro dollar, let's see what this thing did today. I believe this was weak as well today. Was not in front of my screens that much. No, actually, the euro actually had a nice little up day. And you can see the euro actually had that little bottom trend line still from that we're watching from last week from our proprietary channel analysis. So a little bounce right now coming in the euro. Again, it's the start of the week. It's a Monday. We'll have to see. We'll have to gauge this, in the coming trading sessions here to see how the euro trades going forward. All right, if we take a look at the commodities here, let's take a look at the gold futures. All right, gold was, I believe, weak a bit today. Again, I was not in front of my screens that much, but I did. Well, I was in the front of my screens for the morning session here to maneuver the chat room, the people that were in our chat room, to the short side. But in the afternoon, I disappeared, which was pretty good because the market wasn't doing it much here. But in any case, gold futures here. Put my jaws back in the chart. Gold futures still a nice little downward channel. You guys recall last week I was talking about how we're in this nice little channel from this little highs right here, this little bottom trend line you can connect. We had that bottom trend line 3 weeks ago, and now we're just kind of lingering around here. Chopping around, say, the middle part of the range. If I was to draw a 50% channel line here, you'll see we're still holding above the 50% channel line, so bulls are still in control. However, we're not getting much action here, just a lot of back and forth action. I know some of you guys watch the GLD, so we'll take a look at the GLD quickly. And let me know, guys, if I should start just going over the commodities in the weekend review videos unless they have like a big move for the day. If you guys think that will work a little bit better so we can go through these videos a little bit faster, let me know. I'll definitely save the commodity stuff for the weekend video unless they, what the oil was to break out or gold was to do a crazy breakout, and it has to be something that we must cover if you're an active day trader, of course. So we'll see. Let me know if you guys think that's a good solution or a good idea to kind of shorten these videos down a little bit for the weekend, for the daily recaps. In any case, GLD holding this 20-day moving average right here, holding this little support around 154. If we break below 154, look for a move back down towards 153, 152.25. Let's take a look at silver. Silver has been trading in that little dollar range between 27.50 and 28.50. Has not been able to break out, and now we are starting to see it hold below our levels here. All right. Oops, didn't mean to do that. But now we're starting to see this thing hold below or get some closes below. 2 closes below 27.50. So we have 2 confirmation closes here. We have one slight little confirmation close from Friday. We have another big confirmation close from today from the gap down. Little indecision doji candlestick right here. Not really important until we see what type of candlestick follows it. But just know silver is breaking down. And we have 2 confirmation closes below 27.50. And we also have 1, 2, 3, 4 confirmed lower closes on the daily chart. We take a look at crude oil by first, take a look at the crude oil futures here. Crude oil was strong on Friday. Looks like it got a little pullback action today here. All right, a little sell-off, but they closed it off the lows. And we'll see what happens tomorrow. Obviously, this is tomorrow's candlestick for this is the trading candlestick for Tuesday. Obviously, we have to see how it trades overnight and how it trades going into tomorrow's session. But right now, 98 is acting as a key resistance level. We tried to break past 98 back here in early February, late January. That was not able to. We weren't able to get that nice little breakout. We rallied all the way back up towards 98. Like I said, would happen if we were to get back over this little 94 area. And now we have some sales coming right back in. We'll see how it. We'll see. We'll keep on gauging this crude oil. But again, over 98 with some confirmation closes, we'll definitely get some more bulls in there to try to take it over 100. If we fail to trade over 98, we'll probably see this thing pull back and try to chop around this little 94 between 98 range for a while. We'll see how that plays out, and we'll definitely keep you guys in tune with that. USO crude oil ETF here. Let's see how this thing did. This one actually, it gapped down, closed up, so it does have a nice little green candlestick here, but it was still down 7 cents, and it still has a lower close from Friday's close. But however, it was able to get back above those 34.50s. Let's talk about some stocks here. I already went over Apple. Apple looks weak. Let's take a look at Amazon. A lot of the leader stocks got whacked today. Visa got some profit taken in it today. LinkedIn was weak today, which we'll take a look at. But Amazon got smacked down today, and it has an engulfing candlestick. Is this a lower high that we see going on in Amazon here? Definitely something to take note of. Ever since we got that little failed breakdown. Ever since we got that failed bull flag pattern right here that caused that sell-off, sellers have been in control of the stock, and today they came right back and took control of the stock. And this chart may be technically damaged if we get a confirmation of this little lower high and these little lower lows that are taking place here. Okay, folks? One strong stock that I do see out there in the market, which somebody off of Facebook brought to my attention, one of my friends on Facebook brought to my attention, is Metro PCS. Metro PCS had some nice volume on Friday. I believe they had some news on the stock. However, the stock is looking pretty good. The moving averages are trending up pretty nice, showing you that this could definitely be a trending stock. If I drag over my weekly time frame chart here real quick, you can see this thing looks like it has an inverse head and shoulders pattern that's potentially in play here on the weekly time frame. That's at an angle. All right, and looks pretty good if you ask me. Again, we need the market to have some momentum to give us a real nice move that those momentum traders like myself are looking for. IBM had a nice little bounce last week after trading sideways to lower after pulling back from those nice highs that they made. Little pause day today. Love you want to watch on IBM to gauge. IBM is against this 209 level. Call it 210. All right, it was like 209.82. Call it 210. 210 being the bottom of the range. 216 being the top of the range. Excuse me if I sound a little bit weird. I'm a little bit under the weather still, so bear with me. But in any case, 210 support, 216 resistance. ExxonMobil showed some nice strength today. I talked about ExxonMobil last week, showing you how CVX was the first large cap integrated energy company to make a nice move to new all-time highs. Looking for ExxonMobil to follow. As long as we continue to hold above this 90 level here from this little range, we could see ExxonMobil get a nice little move past this key trend line and make a move up towards 92. So you definitely want to have ExxonMobil on your radar. And just to show you guys what I mean by CVX, CVX has made all-time highs. Had a little bit of profit taken last week. And, right now it's on this little support level right here. It does have some decent support around 118, though. You want to make sure you pay close attention to that 118 level. If we were to pull back, could give you a nice little intraday scalp off that level there. So, aside from that, guys, I'll have some more stocks for us tonight. Make sure you go to wallstreettrading.com. Check out the 14-day free trial for our mywallstreettv.com chat room. You can watch all of our archive videos on the website. Again, let me show you guys real quick here. All you have to do to get your 14-day free trial is fill out this form right here on the home page for Wall Street Trading. Input your information. You'll get an email in about 2 minutes. And if you want to see our archived videos, all you have to do is click on the upper right-hand side for My Wall Street TV, and you can see all of our videos right here. You want to find out a little bit about our company and what we do, you can click our company introduction video right here and check it out. It's a real nice video, guys. Check it out. So in any case, Channel Guy Trader signing out. Have a great night, folks. Cheers.